What's up, guys? This is Rome Leggings back again with another video, and we got another one. We got a banger for you guys. You guys have been looking for some fragrances that's going to, I guess what everybody's looking for these days is compliments. I want to hook you up with some fragrances that's going to go beyond compliments. I'm going to hook you up with some fragrances that's going to step your game up. These fragrances are going to elevate you to another level, have you not focused on compliments, but these fragrances are going to help you be remembered. These fragrances are going to help any female that comes across you identify you out, that guy, he always smells great. So if you want to be remembered, if you want to step your game up, let me hook you up with these. But hold up, before we get there, for the newcomers that just joined the channel, welcome to He Smells Like Rome. Here, I talk about niche fragrances, luxury fragrances, and hard to find fragrances. And those fragrances that's going to cause conversation. So, if that's the type of channel you're looking for, do me a favor. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you can get all the notifications when I shoot these videos. You know how this works. You help me out, I help you out by providing some of the most extraordinary fragrance videos in the world. So, we're about to get right into this. So, if you guys are ready for another epic video, sit back, relax, get some popcorn. It's about to go down. So the first fragrance I have for you guys is a fragrance house that I learned about maybe about 5 years ago. And this fragrance house has kind of been under the radar for a lot of you newcomers. But people that collect, people that know about fragrances, they really gravitate towards this fragrance house because not only do they make just some very strong fragrances, they make very unique fragrances. And if you're talking about a fragrance that will step your game up, will get you noticed immediately, you can't leave Notoriata out from Maison de Darius. Yes, this is the gourmand fragrance for those who love gourmand fragrances. There's nothing in my whole collection that smells more like a dessert buffet, like the perfect first date fragrance than this one. So let me be clear. The concentration on this fragrance is like astronomical. There's like, I think like 30, maybe 35% oil concentration in this. Not only does it smell fantastic, but the oil concentration is so potent, so thick that I would urge you, do not spray this on your clothes unless you're spraying it from back here. Spray it on your skin and let it kind of fuse with your skin chemistry. But let's get to the smell. You're gonna get vanilla in the opening, also met with a warm melting caramel. There's a small dose of oud in the base of this fragrance. They say it's in the top notes, but it isn't. It's, to me, in the base of the fragrance. But what sets this fragrance apart from any other fragrance that will get you noticed, will step your game up, is the nice resinous amber mixed with the sandalwood. The creaminess with that sandalwood, kind of dancing with that caramel creaminess, is wonderful. This is a must-have. If you have not smelled this, all the ladies know about it. So I'm telling you guys, y'all need to get on this train also. This is the ultimate compliment getter. So go check this out. Yeah, you can thank me later. Let's go check out the next one. So the next fragrance I have, this fragrance is a new release. This was dropped this year in 2025. I haven't even reviewed this fragrance, but I was so excited and wanted to tell you about this unbelievable, just next level fragrance. This is Flute from Versiana. Now, the bottle, unique, but the smell, once again, is extraordinary. Oh, what, bro? This is so different. This is the Middle East meets the USA. And I mean that in the best way. This has such a beautiful Middle Eastern smokiness, spices, and also hints of Indian kind of DNA with those spices and those herbs in this. That's in this fragrance. But there is also, in my opinion, a lot of like Florida citruses in here. not only to me it smells like grapefruit, it smells like Florida orange, and there has to be some type of neroli in here. Now, I don't even know the notes that's in this fragrance, but I'm telling you right now, if you want a citrus-based fragrance that has nice dark spices, warm spices in it, and definitely has that smoky nuance from the Middle East, this is something you want. This is so powerful, so new, so different, and something that I think for connoisseurs, those who have a collection, if you have over 25 fragrances in your collection and you've been, venturing out to the niche world, this is what you need to get your nose on. Now, I'm gonna tell you, I would not blind buy this by no means, but if you want to be noticed, if you want to step your game up, my guys, this is the one to grab. And I'm gonna tell you, ladies, if y'all watching this too, y'all can rock this. It's beast mode. I'm just letting you guys know. If you like those heavy beast mode fragrances with all those notes I've been talking about, this is it. I cannot wait to review this for you guys. Once I get the actual note pyramid, a full review is going to come up. I might not even wait because I'm so excited to break this down for y'all. But Flute from Versiana, this is from the Opera collection. Yeah. And if you don't want to wait for the review, go use my discount code. 40% off. Use Rome10 on a website, or even go to your local boutique. They're going to hook you up. Make sure you tell them I sent you. You're welcome. Let's go check out the next one. Now, I'm not going to do this again. I've been doing this every single time. We're going to put the fragrances up here, Rome, so everybody can see the fragrances when you talk about them. Okay? Okay, I got you. All right. So the next one. This fragrance here is from, it is arguably my favorite fragrance house in the world. And this is the newest release. Well, not the newest release. This is the release they had last year that kind of started shooting Boadicea Victoria's trajectory up in the air. This just is one of the best fragrances I've come across in a long time. This is Defender. And Defender is the fragrance that I say is the compliment magnet when it comes to the new fragrance releases from Boadicea. The last 5 or 6 releases have been unique, have been kind of a crowd pleaser, but they haven't been showstoppers. They haven't been that fragrance that will elevate your game. Well, this is going to have you be remembered. It's just that simple. Between the red berries and the myrrh and the licorice note, those 3 notes in itself are going to capture whoever is around you attention immediately. But for me, when you add cognac and honey and mix all of those nuances together, you're getting something that is new, something that is refreshing. In my opinion, this is one of those fragrances that's erotic, exotic. And once again, this is the fragrance that if you rocking this, if you're wearing this, the compliments are coming. Yes, it is expensive. I think if you're paying $600 or $600 plus for a fragrance, it better do something. And this does it right. So go check out Defender by Boadicea Victoria's. Especially if you like fruity nuances mixed with cognac, licorice, honey, this is a no-brainer. I'm telling you, I'm trying to help y'all smell great. Nobody want to smell good. No one just wants to get compliments. Compliments are fantastic. But if you can be remembered for always smelling good, or if you can be remembered from someone that doesn't even know you, be like, hey, were you at that party, man? You smell great. What was that you was wearing? I need to get that. That's even better. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. I got some more. Let's go check out the next one. So the next fragrance I have up is a new release, right? It came out earlier this year. At least I think it came out earlier this year, if I'm not mistaken. This fragrance is a sleeper for most people. The ones that I've talked to and the ones that have taken my recommendations have hit me up, emailed me, DM'd me, or messaged me and told me, Rome, thanks for this recommendation. This is a banger. I keep telling y'all, stop sleeping on Juliet Mod. Juliet Mod Paris has some of the best creations in the world. And this one is no exception. We're talking about Story d'Amour 2.0. Yes. Now, I already explained that I'm not getting a full bottle until I finish this 10 milliliter sample. So let's talk about it, and I'll show you guys. You can get the travel sprays like this, and I think this is like 7 or 10 milliliter. I can't remember. Does it say it on here? No, but it's big enough. And look how much I've used already. So this is another fragrance I say it's an easy buy. You don't need to sample this. You're going to love this. And I say that because it opens up with a beautiful combination of mango and strawberry. The mango is tropical, is syrupy, is juicy. It's not as fresh, it's more sweet. So it's like a mango that's been kind of picked off of the tree and has sat for maybe a couple of days. Not only are you getting that, you're gonna get this kind of tropical, also ripe strawberry. So the contrast between sweet, juicy, syrupy mixes well with a more kind of acidic strawberry vibe. That sits for about maybe 10 minutes, right? And then you add some nice saffron in there, give it a soft spice. But this is when it erupts. This is when I say, guys and girls, this is the fragrance you want to wear on that date, that one that you've been trying to pull. He or she said yes. The note of whipped cream in this takes this fragrance to another level. That's why I say you need to get this. There are a bunch of notes. Go watch my review. We got some wood, we got benzoin, we got egglewood. Yes, all that is in this fragrance. But when I tell you, this is the type of fragrance you want because no one is wearing it. No one even knows about it. It's maybe one boutique in the entire USA that sells this fragrance. I guess you can go some discount places to get it. But I'm telling you, most of the time it's sold out. So if you want something unique, if you want something exotic, and you want something that's gonna step your game up, grab this one. Story d'Amour 2.0. Yeah. Let's go on to the next one. All right, so I was wrong. It's not 8. Let me correct myself. It's 7. Now, these last 3 fragrances, out of all my fragrances, let me make sure I'm correct here because I don't want to speak out of turn. Oh yeah, definitely. These 3 fragrances are not in order of my most complimented fragrances, but these are my most complimented fragrances in my entire collection. By far. There might be one that I'm missing, but I don't want to put that on a list because it's been on several, complimented fragrance lists. And I don't want to say this is the most complimented fragrance list. I'm saying that this is a list that's going to elevate your experience. This is the fragrance that's going to put you on another level. This is the fragrance that's going to get you remembered. So let's keep that in mind. Yes, compliments will be there. That's a given. But we want to have them like, yo, we're following you. We want you to email me and say, hey, you don't know me. I know you don't know me, but I saw you hanging out with your friend. So I asked your friend, what was your IG handle? And they told me. So that's why I'm messaging you. What is that fragrance you was wearing at that place we was at? Now you get what I'm talking about. So, the next fragrance I have for you guys. Do y'all see that? Let's just focus on the bottle. Can we focus on this gorgeous, stunning presentation? This is Graham & Potts Amber Mill. Now, I might be mispronouncing that, but that's not what we're here. To me, this fragrance would have been on the best cherry fragrance list. It would have been, but it doesn't have cherry in there. It just smells like it. Honestly, it does. It smells like it. Now, I didn't want to be fair and put something that smells like cherry but doesn't have cherry in that fragrance list. You can go check that out because it has some bangers on there. But this fragrance right here is my second most complimented fragrance in my entire collection. And the reason why is because they morphed. Like, you took like Transformers, or I'm going old school with y'all right now. You ever seen Voltron when they all formed the Tigers and they turned into that big like robot? Or you saw like the Autobots or the Decepticons, they took, what was it, the Destructicons, and they turned into that big old like green like giant robot. That's what they did with the honey and the raspberry in this. My guys, my lord, this is fantastic. Honey and raspberry are what you're gonna get in the opening. But the combination of honey, raspberry, and plum makes me think, oh my goodness, makes me think of one of those, like a bowl of cherry that has cherry syrup and honey. Like, you mixed honey and cherry syrup and you dipped these cherries inside of it. That's like, and you smell it. That's what I'm getting. But it's not. It's a gorgeous smelling tropical and honey based opening. You're also going to get vanilla. You have a little bit of a floral note with some rose, and I think there's iris in here. But to me, when you get past the cherry nuance from the raspberry and that honey, you're going to get a wonderful vanilla combined with one of the most seductive tobacco notes in the world. Do y'all hear me when I'm talking? I know y'all hear me when I'm talking. This is dangerous. That's all I'm gonna say. This is a dangerous fragrance. And it comes with an even more dangerous price tag. This is like almost $500 for a bottle. But is it worth it? Is it worth it? I'm not gonna speak for you. If I run out of this, I'm immediately get me another bottle. Immediately. Step your game up. Smell different. Smell unique. Smell exotic. Start a conversation. This will do it. Amber Mill by Graham Potts. A must have. Now, I said that was my second most complimented fragrance. Now this right here, the last two, they are not in order of the most complimented. They are in order of the most unique. And for me, the ones that gave me the most confidence when I wore them. They changed my perspective of someone doesn't even have to see you. When they smell you, they have already like just painted a picture of what you look like. And that right there, for some reason, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong or not, someone can smell you and immediately treat you different before they see you because they have this perception of what you might look like. I've seen, and this is just me, I've seen some questionable, what you would consider not to be or to be attractive men wear some banger fragrances, and a female smells them, doesn't see them, turns around, slightly might be disappointed, but still gives them the attention that they want. And I'm like, how in the world did he do that? My man got polo sneakers on with an Adidas tracksuit, but he has Amouage Royal Tobacco on, and she is losing her mind. This is the fragrance that has done that to me multiple times. Now, I like to dress up. I like to look nice. I do. But sometimes I might be just going to the gym, going for a jog, or even just going to the supermarket. I've had this on a few times just running errands. I've had this on a few times walking with my wife, going somewhere actually, and not only been complimented by females, been low-key hit on by females while my wife is standing right next to me. Bruh, another dangerous fragrance. This is Rocca by Christian Provenzano. If you don't know, Christian Provenzano has been one of my kind of favorite perfumers without me even realizing it. He has made probably 75% of Boadicea's fragrances before I think Michael Bodie left, right? Michael Bodie and whoever was the perfumer before David Chris took over the company. That's a whole nother story. But what I'm saying is, I didn't even know until about 5 years ago that Christian Provenzano was making all of those fragrances. But he has now created his own company. With his own company, he has made one of the best combination of caramel and raspberry fragrances I've ever come across. Now, this one is different than Amber Mill because this one starts off very fruity and citrusy. You have raspberry, you have orange in the opening, you have soft spices with saffron in the opening, but the saffron is completely dominated by the raspberry and the orange because you got tropical and kind of citrus, and you have tropical and fresh. Tropical and citrus, raspberry, tropical and fresh with the orange. Now the spices add a little bit of a sweetness combined with the orange note, but that opening is beautiful. It is absolutely, this is one of those fragrances I think you can wear all year round, but it just shines in the summer. You get a little bit more of a beautiful kind of gourmand texture in the base of the fragrance. And that's when you add the caramel, you also have that vanilla note. But for me, there's an amber note that kind of grabs every note that I just talked about and kind of put it in a cocoon. So you get all of them kind of blended together, and it's smooth, it's beautiful, and it's just a magnet for compliments. It is something, in my opinion, that has not been done in any other fragrance that I have in my collection. There's something in this DNA that just not only makes you smell great, not only projects this off of whatever clothing you have and skin you have, but it every time, maybe once or twice it didn't happen, but majority of the time I've gotten someone say, "What do you have on?" Or, "You smell great. That smells amazing." And even a couple of times I'm with my wife and someone was like, "Yo, she smells amazing." And she'd be like, "No, that's not me, that's him. That's this right here." I know I'll be long-winded, but I just wanted to tell you how great this fragrance is. Don't sleep on it. All right, the last fragrance I want to show off to you guys about. Yes, this will elevate you. This is a fragrance that I think will have you on the starting lineup. Meaning that wherever you go, most likely you're going to be the star attraction in that spot because no one's going to have this fragrance on. Most people are going to be kind of mesmerized from the CIs that you kind of leave behind you. And the exclusivity of this fragrance puts it on its own pedestal in another level. And that fragrance I'm talking about is Kriegler's Lovely Patchouli 55. Yes, this fragrance right here. You can skip the entire video and come straight to number one. And believe me, when I tell you this is the best of the best, I'm not joking. Now, the note pyramid in this fragrance might not be appealing or exciting, but that smell is so magnificent. When I tell you, there isn't too many fragrances that I give praise to being just not what I expected. Because you think of patchouli, you think earthy, you think soil, you think green or kind of herbal. None of the above. None of the above. Now, there is this nice, sweet kind of soil-like feeling in this. But to me, the amber in this fragrance is the best part to me. The patchouli is in second place. But there's something that they did to the patchouli that made it smell like they kind of layered the patchouli with vanilla. There's a leather note that's very soft in the dry down. And there's a hint of citrus, but the citrus is almost like a garnish. It is not even worth talking about. But if you want something slightly sweet, creamy, earthy, and resinous, but also aromatic, this is the fragrance that you need. If you want to step your game up, go get Lovely Patchouli 55. And if you want to leave everybody else in the dust, go check out the night version. Some people say it's even better than this. I'll leave that up to y'all. All right, guys, that is it. I hope you guys understand what I mean when I talk about you want to elevate your experience when it comes to fragrances like this, especially when you talk about fragrances in the price point of $150 or better, right? We're talking about niche, luxury, exotic, hard to find conversation pieces. And I'm here to say, not every fragrance is on the level of what I present. And I mean that in the most humble way. I want you to smell fantastic. I want your money to be worth it. I had this theory, right? We all know that I'm not gonna say theory. I have an epiphany. A lot of these dupes, a lot of these inspired, we're gonna say what it is, copied fragrance houses or fragrances, they might smell great. I have no doubt that they smell great. They smell of quality. They might even smell better than the original, or might put a twist that make it smell even more unique or exotic than the original. But here is my question, and I'll give you an example. I've had Blue Sapphire since 2015. This one, I've had this since my son was born, 2015, of March 2015. So that is 10 years. 10 years I've had this original bottle. You can see the wear and tear on this. You can see the oil in this, right? I say that to say this. This fragrance did not change in any way that made it smell expired, made it smell off, made it smell just disgusting. No. The rare ingredients, the natural ingredients that they put in this fragrance will never change. The only thing it will do is get better. Can you say that about some of these inspired fragrances? I don't think so. Give it 2 years. That same fragrance that you spent, that's supposed to be an inspired fragrance, that you spent probably $70 or $120 or even less, and you tell me what that smells like in 2 years. Because it's not made, it wasn't meant to last long. It's meant for you to buy a bottle and then spray it and then go buy another bottle and do the same thing over and over. And by the time you've gone through 5 bottles in a span of 2 years, you spent probably double what you would have spent on any of these fragrances up here. So that's food for thought. I wanted to say that to you guys. When it comes to niche fragrances or I think fragrances that are created by a perfumer that took his time, her time to create something unique and beautiful, I don't think we should take that for granted. That's just me. With that said, I want to say thank you to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Thank you for allowing me to be here. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak to my fellow fragrance heads, my smell good guys. All glory goes to you, my Lord. Nothing is possible without you, oh God. We're gonna go here again, and I'm gonna say it again. The devil is trying to steal and snatch your souls. We just got off of this Halloween, right? And I want to be the first person to say I had to be woken up of what was happening when it came to Halloween. My wife and I celebrated Halloween since we were kids, right? No one told me or her why we shouldn't be celebrating it. Even as a Christian man, I didn't understand the importance of why we shouldn't, right? And I'll say this, it's demonic, right? We're over here celebrating death, ghoul, demons, skeletons, people, witchcraft, all that stuff. We're dressing up like these dark enemies, and we're walking around in plain sight in the time that this is people celebrating the devil and evil. And to be lighthearted, I didn't do that. I dressed up like some of my favorite movie characters or comic book characters, right? But I participated in the act, right? That's what I did. And when I found out that the reason or the history behind Halloween, I stopped. I told my wife we have to stop. We didn't decorate the house with none of that stuff anymore. No lanterns, no nothing. And we remove that dark spirit from our house because we understood that you cannot praise God and do demonic practices. Now, that might speak to some of y'all, and I want you guys to really dig down deep, pray on it, think about it. Ask God and feel in your spirit, is this what we're supposed to be doing as believers and followers of Christ? No, we're not. We're not supposed to be doing any of that stuff. So I'm going to tell you as best as I can. I'm going to ask you. I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to ask you because I love you and I know God loves you and he doesn't want us to be doing these things. He's crying and he's sad and he's heartbroken because we're doing these things. Throw away the demonic things, the crystals, throw them away. You don't need that. There's no power that a crystal can give you that God can't give you. There is no sage that you can burn in your house to get rid of dark demons. No, you're inviting those things in your house because you're doing a practice that is not of God, not of a Christian believer. Stop practicing witchcraft. Stop chanting. Stop calling on your ancestors because they are dead. They can't hear you. They are either in heaven or hell. They have no power to give you anything. What you are doing is conjuring up demons. You are speaking to dark spirits and they are pretending to be someone you know because they've been here your entire life. They've been here my entire life. They know everything about you. That's why when you speak to them, they can hear you. They know what you done when you were 6. They know your dark secrets. So when you speak to them and those signs, they're tricking you. You all over here like, oh my God, that's my aunt, that's my dad. No, it's not. So I'm begging you, I'm praying for you. Understand, stop doing these things because it is not of God. You cannot have two masters. You cannot have two gods. You're going to worship one and you're going to despise the other. Last but not least, because I know I've been rambling. I said this before. The signs, the zodiac signs. Take a moment and think of this. Think about it. If you are talking about a sign that has no direction in Christianity or your spiritual walk, where is it coming from? If you are saying you're a Gemini and you're walking with what they describe Geminis to be, that means that you are talking about something and raising that thing up inside of you, allowing whatever that spirit is to be a part of you, which it will, and will start to control the things that you do. So I'm asking you to denounce those things, rebuke those things. We don't need signs. We only need God. Trusting him is the only thing you do. The only thing you need. He is all powerful. He can do any and everything. So I say that to say this. Dig deep down into your spirit and trust in your heart that these deceptions are going to pull you away from God. And I pray that you wake up and you throw them away, burn them, throw them in the trash, get them away from you. Stop practicing those things. Yeah. For those who stuck with me through this entire thing, I truly appreciate y'all because I know you understand what I'm saying. I love y'all and I always will. Until next time, like I always say, it's okay if you want to smell like Rome. God bless in Jesus' name. Peace.